I wanted so much for myself. I was not the woman who I wanted to be in my marriage. Like the woman who I would dream about. Like I am an incredible visualizer. I visualize all day. I see myself performing and traveling the world and being pregnant on stage, dancing and, looking to the, looking on the stage, the side of the stage and seeing my man blowing me a kiss. And I'm so good, I can still give him a kiss and then go back to my performance. You don't even know. Like, I have these visions and I wasn't living that life. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like when he left me, like as painful as it was, that's when I started living my life.
But that's still, you have to understand, you're right, but I have a best friend now. She's going through a divorce after 22 years. When they
Wow.
met, I'm about to tell you, when they met, they were 19 years old. He was a security guard working at the prison. He's still been doing it. She done went, got degrees. She done tried to pay for him to be a police officer. She want to upgrade him a little bit. He don't want to do nothing but be at the freaking security, place. And they've got 3 kids together. Saying houses. They've done all kind of stuff together, and he's still. And she
So,
tired of. She don't want him no more. He's not the same person anymore. And she hung in there for 22 years.
hey,
Hold on, y'all. Wait till she finishes. Did you finish it now?
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, she grew and he didn't. They're 2 different people now. They're not the same people when they were younger. So you're right. You have to communicate and try. But at the end of the day, if one person is growing and the other person isn't, you know what? We did this. We got 3 kids. It's a wrap. Because at the end of the day, I'm still growing and I'm starting businesses, and you just want to be that, and that's not what she want no more. So it's unfortunate, but it's reality.
so the part that I'm confused on, if they were able to build all of these accolades together, they've acquired all of this wealth, these assets, and due to the fact that what essentially that he's doing in the jailhouse, maybe this is his passion. Maybe
It
that's just what.
is.
So why? So now uh she's going to hold it against him. Essentially, she's going to
She
destroy.
is, and
She's
and that's I
destroying
feel
a
bad
marriage.
for
No,
him.
let him finish.
She's going to destroy a marriage due to the fact that this man is doing something that he enjoys and loves to do, and because it doesn't fit the narrative that she wants and that she doesn't want to accept, she's going to throw it away because essentially she believes that there are better options out there. So to me, that's a cop out. If the man ain't beating on her, if he not cheating on her, he's bringing home a check. He's making sure home is good. He's doing his husbandly duties. He's making sure that she's good. Then what the fuck are you leaving him for? Like that's childish. Like, grow up. You should tell her to grow up because that's
I
that's
agree.
that's
She do
that's
need to
that's
grow up. But they kids out of school now. What I'm saying, the last one just went off to college. Everybody grown, and it's just them two. Because I had to ask her too, why you waiting till you 50 to decide to leave this man? Like that's a long time. You starting all over. She got a little taste of the dating scene and think it's something better out there.
ex-
But at the end of the day, she just it's once the kids is gone, all she see is I've been trying to get this man to do some stuff. She keep talking about when she was going to leave him in her 30s. She's tried to leave him a couple times for the same
wow.
reason.
That's
For the
that's
same
heartbreaking.
reason. And
That's
he's a
heartbreaking.
sweet guy. He has a passion for it. But she just grew, I guess. She grew. She
So
traveled and been to Milan working and stuff. She done met people. She feel like he down there and I'm up here. And that's
Is
just the reality. I don't saying I agree with her. This is just what I'm saying. I'm watching this happen. Where
the
people have grown apart.
hold on, Viz.
the same way.
Viz, hold on. Let's get Sham Monet in now. Let's try to spread the mic because it's going back and forth with y'all. Go ahead, Sham Monet.
Wait, I'm gonna just say this real
Go ahead.
quick.
Please let him get it out. Thank you.
All I want to say is the same way that women expect men to hold men accountable and call them out on their bullshit. That should be a duty as well for women.
Okay. Go ahead, Sham.
Um, and so to the original post, I believe that I think maybe somebody said it was just so long ago. I agree with the young lady above. I don't have my glasses on. The young lady above said,
DJ.
it's just unfortunate for me because I remember when we found out, during the Little Mermaid era, because that's when she got pregnant. I remember it coming out that she was pregnant. And I remember reading the comments, and people not like us was like, who is this guy? Why did she? All these negative things to say about she making her a single. And it just became right. Everything that they predicted, it's just another case of told you this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is so many of our stories, right? You in a relationship, you with them for long term, it doesn't end up in marriage, you end up being a single mom. And she has fault in that because she had a kid knowing that she was not married by this man. Both are at fault. It's just unfortunate there's a kid in this situation. It's not a regular relationship. I understand you're saying he's too young. He's a dad. And guess what? When you become a dad, you have a responsibility and you have to own up to that responsibility. This is not a regular relationship. And my understanding, he's 26. A lot of men are getting married at 26. Not in our culture, but a lot of men get married by 26. So he's not too young. Maybe his mentality is young, but he's not too young to be married and to take over the household. People want relationships without the responsibility. And that is the problem. Yes, he should have, just like Hank said, there should have been a communication there. Listen, I'm the man in this relationship. I gotta make money for this family. I love you. I'm gonna take you out, reassure her through your words, call her often, but I gotta go do what I gotta do. And your woman should respect that, right? But obviously that conversation wasn't had. And it's just like, okay, just done with the relationship. I'm hoping it's just a break in the relationship. You know how some people say they break up and they just make up later on. I'm really hoping that this is that situation because I have seen this little girl grow up, and I just hate that this is going the way that it's going in that typical, you're in a relationship, you have a kid, now you're single mom, single dad. I'm just over it. At this point, we have enough knowledge through YouTube, everything that you can get information from people. You've seen people do it this way, and it just does not work out right? So I really hope that her dad, his dad, whoever, they can get together and make this solid again and help them work through this issue so they can get it right. Because I like him. I think he's, the things I've seen about him, I do like him. I love her because I've actually seen her. And I just want them to work it out for the kids. It's too late for that other stuff. You got a child at this point. it just seems so petty almost. That's just my opinion on the situation.
So I'm gonna put this on the table too, because you kind of hinted around to it, but is it a thing where men will recognize a woman that they look to be a certain way that they would try to impregnate her, like intentionally? Like, do you think that's the thing?
You said, I'll say it again. Run it by me again. I just want to understand, make sure I'm understanding your question.
So I've seen, right, and I've heard, and you kind of hinted around to it, where the world or maybe people may recognize this woman is good, or maybe she's measured in a good light, a gem, like someone special to the masses within that circle, and then you'll have that man that come in that intentionally impregnates her. Would you guys say that that's a thing? Like, what do you guys thoughts about that?
I don't think it's an intentional thing, but I do think that it happens. I don't think from his side he was like, oh, I'm intentionally gonna screw this girl's brand up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that's how he came in. But it is a thing. Like we have this thing where we are attracted to the opposite world, right? I want to say, I don't think they're bred the same. I don't, but I think they could have been perfect together had they had guidance and had they, because I saw them walking in a good direction, right? But it just sucks. I mean, because Disney is pretty big. Like Disney is like you were the Little Mermaid. They wanted another mermaid, and you were it. And then